Here are GSA's upcoming events. On Friday, April 21st, what will you do to end the silence? Day of Silence is a student-led national event organized in thousands of schools, bringing awareness to the silencing effects of anti-LGBTQ name-calling, bullying, and harassment in schools. Students from middle school to college take a vow of silence in an effort to encourage schools and classmates to address the problem of anti-LGBTQ behavior by illustrating the silencing effect of bullying and harassment on LGBTQ students and those perceived to be LGBTQ. On April 21st, resist oppression, unite in silence.
So I know that taking tests can be very stressful, but with the right preparations and the right mind frame, all of our students here at Roosevelt are going to do excellent.
The most important thing is to stay positive while you are taking these SBAC tests. It is very important to stay positive. Once you start thinking negative, it all goes downhill. So stay positive and make sure you try your hardest on them.
A lot of times testing is actually beneficial. It helps you to realize, it helps you to find out what you know and what you don't know. But a lot of times we're scared of failing a test, that we think that that I'm in some way less because I didn't get everything correct. My encouragement to you Trojans would be thinking of that, of having a growth mindset. Sometimes you may have heard that before, which is different than having a fixed mindset. When you have a fixed mindset, you give up easily. You think, why should I bother with this? But with a growth mindset, you think about that you want to keep trying, that you don't just give up, and that you'd want to keep learning.
During the test, I remember feeling anxious about what other people were doing around me, whether my friends were finished first or they were done way before me. So my piece of advice is not to worry what anyone is doing around you. Focus on yourself. Remember that you can do it. It doesn't matter what question anybody else is on. You do you, and make sure that you're just focused on what you're doing and doing the best that you can do.
But it's also good to think about what the results tell you. And sometimes the results tell you, you know what, I need to study more. I need to try something new next time. But they also tell you how much you've done. And I like to think about it that way. Is every grade I earn on a test, it's something I earned and I worked for. So if I got that A, it's because I put the work in. And you should feel proud of yourself no matter what the result is, because that's hours and hours of your work that you're putting in. So really try to approach it with a sort of sense of positivity, I suppose. And I know that can be hard to think about, but trust me, it really helps.
And when you get stuck on a question, it's okay to go past it and then always come back and reread it. And then when you are done, you actually aren't done. Make sure you go back, check your answers, review them, and make sure you've answered every question.
I think it's super important to take your time. It's not a race. In fact, this is not a timed test. If you don't feel that you have enough time in the 2 90-minute allotments that you've been given, there's going to be more time after that. So just take it very slowly. Read each question very, very carefully. And in fact, read each question right down to the last thing that's being asked in that question, so that you see the situation and what you're needing to take away from that situation. With math, particularly, you may not understand at all what's being asked of you to begin with. So read it again and then read it again. Underline stuff, make notes for yourselves. Please do some work on a piece of paper, because that's helpful, and use the calculator when it's given to you.
So my first piece of advice is to make sure that you get enough sleep. Go to bed early so that you wake up feeling rested and ready to go for your exams.
Okay, so the night before a big test, it is usually really scary and really stressful, and I know that a lot of time when I was in school, I would end up staying up all night because I was nervous. But the nights that I've had big scary things as an adult, like my first day here at Roosevelt, I always made sure to get lots and lots of sleep because it's it can be scary enough and hard enough without being well rested, and then you get to work or school and you're exhausted and you still have to do all of that. It's much easier to think clearly when you've slept well and to be successful when you've slept well instead of dozing off in the middle of a test or class.
My next piece of advice is to make sure you eat a healthy breakfast. That means that you're getting up, you have enough time to eat your breakfast, and going to CVS and getting hot Cheetos is not a healthy breakfast.
A lot of times you start looking at a question and you have no idea what it says and you're just so nervous. Just breathe. Oftentimes that's enough just to get you to relax and really read the question and look at the answers, and it can make a big difference. Trust me, I've had a lot of really hard tests that I wasn't sure about, and that one little trick has helped me a lot.
And you got this. I mean, no problem. You're going to ace this. You know so much, and you have such great attitude, so just go for it.
So good luck on your SBAC and all the other tests you take this year. I hope you do awesome, and just think about the results too. Thanks.
Be proud of all the work you've put in. You guys are all ready for this SBAC exam. And then afterwards, we can celebrate the end of the year and be so excited about all the work and the effort that we've put into preparing for these big exams. All right, go Trojans!